This is the kitchen. What we really love, we didn't even talk about it, about the kitchen, is that it's self-cleaning. Welcome guys to another Real Talk with the Road Warriors. I'm Sean.
I'm Kata.
And today we're going to talk to you about what we love about our rig. And we've had so many requests for this video. We love our rig and there's so many things we want to talk to you about. But before we do, I want to talk to you guys. We have a lot of cool things happening. We've been super busy. Right now we're in South Florida, so the videos are about a couple months behind for a couple of reasons, but one, we're just super busy. We do our best to get the content out. We love it, but you know, obviously our full-time jobs really take precedent right now. But with that being said, we're working hard. We really love this, and we love the feedback we get from you guys, and we want to do more of it. So that's why we set up Patreon just a couple weeks ago, and we wanted to recognize our first patrons because it's super exciting for us, because this means we're able to get a little bit closer to putting more time into the videos.
And quality.
And quality. I mean, we're filming on our cell phone, which, you know, hey, it's not terrible, but a lot of the things we do, we want to be able to zoom in, we want to get better quality, low lighting. We know that a better camera would definitely do that for us, so that's one of the things we're working towards. So I want to give a huge thanks to Jim Hoadley. Jim, our biggest supporter on Patreon, thank you so much. And then Shannon Paxton, Jim Fleming, Rob S., Jerry Hack, and Barbara Anderson. Thank you guys so much. That really means a lot, like, for somebody to step up and support us in that way, really helping us pursue our dreams. So thank you. And we'll put a link for Patreon up above and in the description, so you can check it out. And you know, there's other ways that if you guys feel like our videos have helped you in any way, that if you want to be able to support us, there's ways you can do it for free, like clicking on our Amazon link and purchasing anything off Amazon when you shop. We'll make a small percentage. That helps us out immensely. We really appreciate it. And if you want to check out any of our gear, we have Road Warrior shirts, tank tops, hats, stickers, decals, and we also sell the Anderson Ultimate Fifth Wheel Hitch, which we love, and we love hearing the feedback from the people that have purchased it because of our video, which I'll put a link in the description as well. But my main business is paddleboarder. This is my company. We're the lifestyle brand for paddleboarding, and that's what Caro and I spend the majority of our time doing. We're working hard. You don't see it in the videos all the time because that's just our daily life, and you would get a little bored of that, but that's what we do every day. I mean, that is our life. So we're not just on a vacation. We make the most out of life. Yes, but absolutely. But we have to work. We have to work. And we have to make money. Yeah, we work way more than just 9 to 5. I mean, between our regular jobs and then the YouTube stuff, I mean, we're working nonstop, and we love it. So we wouldn't change anything, but we are hoping to make some additional revenue through Amazon, through YouTube, so that we can continue to do what we've been doing, because the primary business, paddleboarder, has really suffered because we've been traveling and preoccupied fixing things in the RV. If you've seen our videos, you know we have a lot of things from our fault and also just manufacturer defects. We've been constantly fixing things and trying to set this up so that it's really homey feeling, so that we can work out of it, you know, proficiently. So that's about that. Paddleboarder.com. If you guys buy anything from there, we have some really cool clothing and apparel. Check it out. Yeah. And you can use the code YouTube for a sweet discount if you want anything from there. So let's talk about likes. And we've got a huge list here of things that we like, so we'll try to be as precise as possible. Let's talk first about number one. This is as close to living in a home as possible. So a lot of people say, well, why do you have such a big rig? What do you need that for? Well, you know, for us and for me, I have tons of hobby sports, things that I like to do, and that requires a lot of gear. So that's number one. Number two, we work out of here, and work is online, but we also do shows, and that's why we're in South Florida right now. We've been doing a show almost every weekend. Like, we go to the boat show and we sell. We go to paddleboarding events and we sell. We go to diving events and we sell. So yoga events. And so we're constantly at events trying to build the brand and sell the clothing and apparel. So we need tents and tables and display racks and all the merchandise. So we have tons. Our trailer is busting out of the seams with stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, but this trailer is as close to being a house as you can get in an RV.
Yeah, so when we're not outside having fun or working, we spend a lot of time in here. So we want to be comfy and homey, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're inside a lot because we work from our computers. So, and we love being outside. But South Florida right now, it's May 18th or something, I think.
Something like that.
And yeah, it is 90 some odd degrees, humid as can be. We have our ACs cranking. Mm-hmm. We have all of our awnings. All right, so we had a camera change, which is one of the reasons we need your help and support, because our cell phones only allow us to film 10 minutes at a time, and we forgot we went over the 10 minutes, and so we might have missed a couple of things in here, but we were moving on to number 2, and number 2 is the kitchen layout. So we'll let the missus here, she'll tell you all about her kitchen.
Well, first of all, I love the kitchen because it has a great view, beautiful windows, like
great view because I'm sitting across from you.
Well, that too. Yeah, and it's U-shaped, so everything is within reach, very accessible. We have an awesome and multifunctional oven that it's not only a microwave but a convention oven, so it's a great advantage. I don't really like using the microwave, but I'd rather use a convention oven. It's a healthier way to either cook or warm up your food. Another cool thing is the oven, the gas oven. We bake sometimes. We like doing that. So when we don't want to, use the stove, then we use the oven. That's great as well. The colors in the kitchen are also really beautiful. The colors all around are Warrior are beautiful.
Yeah, the color palette in here is very nice. We like it. It's, it's a modern, luxurious looking for a toy hauler. Because, toy haulers were notorious for being like a bachelor pad type of unit, and they've come a long way. I like, and I know you do too, the garbage bin.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is another great thing because you can access it from the kitchen. There's like a cutout, and you can just lift up a little piece of, what would you say that is? I don't even know.
Yeah, the stone, they're hard surface countertops, so you can lift it up and throw the trash in it when you're in the kitchen cooking or whatever, and then you can empty the trash from outside the unit, so you don't have to carry the trash bag, which often may leak or have smells. Yeah. You don't have to carry it through your rig, so it's really nice, and you can store the trash bags in it, and
correct.
So that's a really nice feature.
Yeah, there's a lot of cabinets. I mean, there's a lot of room in that kitchen to store everything away. I mean, granted, we have a few things sitting on the counter at times. That's because we love food. We have lots of it. Yeah, so sometimes certain things sit out, but the good thing is that we have the space for those things. So
yeah. So moving on to, say, the bathroom. I see that you like the tub.
Yeah, never used it. But the idea of having one, it's really awesome. I mean, maybe one day I'll use it. But the idea of having it, if you want to just take a nice bath, It's really nice. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I don't even know. Oh, bugs.
Here's the bathroom.
And the tub that I was telling you about that I've never used. Oh, I've used the tub to bait the bulldog.
Oh yeah.
The bulldog has used the tub.
True.
Yeah.
Well, the tub is nice opposed to just having a shower. I mean, I think it makes sense because it is multifunctional, but
Correct.
it's also a regular size, full size tub, and you know that's nice. I like it because it has a rod that bows out, and that allows me to get in there and not be rubbing up against like a solid door. So I like the shower curtain with the rod that goes out. It gives me a little extra space.
Yeah, because most RVs have like a solid door, and it doesn't really feel really roomy, and that's the advantage of having the curtain.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what about in the bedroom? I see king size bed.
I love this bed so much because we had a choice between having a smaller bed, a queen size, which Sean was all about it. But I'm like, no, I'd rather have less space to walk around because we're not in the room much, and just have a really nice, big, comfy bed.
I like the walk around space. The bedroom, you know, is a little tight, and so, but you know, king bed is nice when you're in it, no doubt, especially when you got somebody that's rolling around all night.
The bulldog over here.
Yeah. We've got garage. So we have a 12 or a 12 and a half foot garage. I think it's 12 and a half feet. And for me, that was obviously a big selling point because we have all the gear. Our very messy garage with the back patio. We have a Vespa, and we have plans to get a motorcycle. Stay tuned to the videos. And so, you know, all the gear and the motorcycles go in there. The other really nice thing about having a garage is it's the dog's own space.
Yes.
And they love having their own little space.
Yes.
So, you know, their food's in there, their water's in there, their beds are in there. So it's nice, and it also keeps our regular living area a little bit cleaner. So, you know, that's just a nice multifunctional space. As well with the garage, I see that you noted that you like the beds in there.
Yes, just in case. We haven't had any guests. Well, actually just one, but he'd rather spend the night on the sofa.
Well, we have beds in the garage, and there's one on top. It's a queen size bed, and then there's one underneath it that can be either like a dinette and like two couches, or it can be a bed. And the problem with the beds is that we didn't have a ladder tall enough to crawl up in it. So it was, if you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, that might be your last step out of bed. So we don't have the ladder for it because it's just another thing to take up space.
Correct.
So, you know, if somebody were to stay in that bed, we'd have to get a proper ladder.
Yeah. Also, another cool thing about the garage is the bathroom, the half bath. So if you have guests, or if you're hanging out in the back, you can use that second bath, well, half bath. And
yeah, it's nice because it's just another, it's, you know, for a guest to have their own privacy, that is a very nice thing. And it's the half bath, and then a sink is separate. So, you know, if you're working outside and you just want to come in the second entrance, which is another nice thing, it has its own private entrance. You've got a separate sink there. So toy hauler portion of this is obviously the number one reason we bought this sort of rig, you know, to be able to roll up the toys. And also, when you're not using it to roll up the toys, it's a party deck, and all toy haulers have the party deck off the back, but we have two decks, and that was the biggest selling feature on this model. The floor plan, we like it, but it wasn't actually our top pick, except we were sold on the second deck. The second deck, you come out of your family room, out of the kitchen area, you open up a sliding glass door, and boom, you've got a beautiful outside patio with a railing and a TV. The awning goes over it, and it goes over and covers the front door and the rear door as well, so you're covered from the elements. So I've been loving that, especially when the weather's nice, or here in Florida it's been great. I have the awnings out and I'm able to sit out there even when it's raining. Last night it was storming and I'm sitting out there and it was just unbelievable. It was so nice. We have a visitor.
Hi, beautiful princess.
she
What's going on?
She came. We have Ua up here. I know Ua has a lot of fans.
Yes.
I know she's got a lot of fans. Yes, you do.
The bulldog.
She's so cute. But,
she is. She also loves the side deck.
Yeah.
Side patio. They spend a lot of time there.
Well, and that was one of the other reasons, having dogs. They're able to be outside while we're working, but they're still within our site and they can't go anywhere. So for us, that was awesome to be able to give the dogs that outdoor space, you know.
Correct. Yep.
I added tires. So when you're buying an expensive rig, you don't want the China bombs, as everybody calls them. You want something that's going to last, that's not going to put your life in danger. And the tires that come on this, they're, I believe, Saloon is how you say it. And they're made in China, but they're not crappy tires. They're equivalent to the Goodyears. Unbelievable ratings on them, and we've put, I don't know, 8,000 miles on them with 0 incidents.
Yeah.
So the tires are essential if you're traveling. You don't want to put your life in risk, and you want something that'll last. So thankfully they put on great tires, and that was a big selling point for us. Lots of outlets.
Yes. Oh my
we
God.
have outlets on the sides of us, in the bedroom, everywhere around us. That you would need an outlet, there is one, which is great.
Yeah. Fireplace.
Fireplace.
Yes. Oh my God, we used it so much when we were up north. And the doggies loved it. It kept the house like really warm and cozy. And it's just looking at it, it's so relaxing. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice when you're at an RV park and you're plugged in to use electric and not blow your propane.
Correct.
Because propane gets eaten up really quick when you're running the furnace. So that heats that whole family area very well.
Yes.
Down to like 30 degrees. Beyond that, you know, you need either your furnace or additional heaters. But the fireplace is awesome. I mean, definitely if you're getting a rig, get an electric fireplace. Slide outs.
Yeah.
We have 2 slides. One in the bedroom and one in the family room.
Yes, which adds a lot of space to the floor plan.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, slides are essential these days to giving you a lot more living space.
Correct.
So we have 2 fantastic fans. They are pretty fantastic.
Yes, we use them quite often.
Yes.
There's one in the kitchen. So when we cook, definitely gotta open that up, and we have another one in the bathroom.
Yep.
We use it too.
Yeah, we do.
No need to explain that.
Yeah, 400 square feet, and you definitely want fantastic fans. Yep. And also, on top of having all the windows, I think they did a great job with lighting.
Absolutely.
Both interior and exterior. Got LED lights throughout, and they're everywhere. You know, you've got your main lights, and then you also have a lot of accent lighting, which so it's pretty good lighting. In fact, the lighting's way better than it was in my previous home. So I really like the fact that they put a lot of lights in here. That makes it nice for us to work.
Yes.
Lots of storage space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
Sean has a lot of clothes and shoes.
Yeah.
Well, he used to have even more, so he used every inch.
She has like triple the amount of pieces as I do, but
not as much weight.
My clothing is 3 times the size. Come on. I mean, so let's you guys answer below, right? What do you think's more fair? The amount of pieces or the amount of weight? What should it be equal the amount of pieces or the weight factor?
Well, we're talking about RVing, so when it comes to RVing, it's about weight.
Yes, but does that mean you should have 3 times the amount of pieces I do?
Well, if they equal the weight of your pieces, yeah.
How's that fair?
Life is fair, baby. That's equality. Equality, right?
Yeah. So leave a comment below. Should we allow 3 times as many pieces just because they weigh less, or should the amount of pieces we have be equal?
Come on, a girl's gotta look good, baby.
Girls look better with... Never mind. So, anyway, we have 3 ACs.
Yes.
That has been very handy.
Especially here in Florida. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's needed. You can't cool a rig this size with less than 3 ACs if you're going to be using all the different areas. I mean, if we weren't using the garage and the dogs weren't in there, we could do okay with 2, but it would definitely be hot. So 3 ACs when you're in the 90+ degree weather is very important.
Necessity.
Yeah. And we have high ceilings, which is so nice, and that really makes it feel home-like because you know, you're not cramped. When you walk in, it's very spacious. You're not running into things, and I think the high ceilings really help with that. We have a bunk bed.
Yes, Dad.
So what do you like about the bunk bed?
Well, weekend storage, all of your paddleboarder merchandise.
Yep, that's all the bunk bed's been used for. It's been used to store all the paddleboarder gear.
Yeah.
And I don't think Claro's ever been up in there.
No, never.
So
never. But I like it because, you know what, if we didn't have it, then we'll have to put everything in the garage, and that will take space from the doggies living area or from our toys, or everything will be so just jam-packed.
We have 3 awnings, so pretty much one whole side of our rig is almost completely covered with awnings. The 2 front doors, the side patio, in front of our whole bedroom here. So that's all completely covered by awnings. And then we also have an awning over the rear patio, and that's super nice. I've been using that in Florida here. Keeps the dog's room and the garage much cooler. And it makes the rig look really cool. We have large holding tanks. So our fresh water is 108 gallons. So if you're planning on doing any kind of boondocking, that's crucial. So I really like the large tanks. Gray and black are 41 gallons a piece, but we have 2 gray and 2 black. So there's 82 total of each.
Oh, TVs. 4 TVs.
4 TVs.
Yes.
That was more than I had in my previous home.
Yep.
But
more than I ever had.
Yeah. But we have 4 TVs, and
yes.
You know, when we're on the road and stuff, we don't use cable or anything, so we have Hulu or Netflix or stuff, so we can binge watch some shows, and it's nice because we have one in the bedroom, we have a huge one in the family area. We have one in the garage, which has never been used. We have one on the side patio, which we used one time. So they don't get a lot of use, but it is nice to have them. And I guess, you know, some people would really like that option. So, you know.
Or if you have guests, you know, that.
Yeah, exactly. If somebody was staying in the garage bedroom, then they would have their own TV, and that is a nice thing. Yeah,
or if you're hanging out outside, if you have a large gathering, it will be nice to play videos or music or whatever that might be.
There is no perfect rig.
There is no perfect rig.
Nope.
You'll never find it, but we are super happy that on our first RV we got something that we truly enjoy. We love it. We wouldn't want to change it, so there's no buyer's remorse. That's really important because I've heard people that have, you know, changed rigs 3 or 4 times in their first couple of years. I could not imagine doing that.
No.
So I'm hoping that we're able to stay in this rig for, you know, many years.
Yes.
We've, you know, it wasn't cheap, obviously, and we invested in both the truck and the RV to do this for the long term, to do it indefinitely. who knows what the future will bring. We have looked at, you know, traveling the world in the future. That would be a dream come true. That's a goal of ours, but we have a long way to go financially to get to that point. But if we are able to do that, then a truck camper, or ideally some sort of, you know, expedition vehicle would be what we would do, and that's some serious downsizing. But if you guys have any suggestions, any comments, ideas, we love to hear it. We really appreciate all the support.
Yes.
If you guys want to see a video on what we hate about our rig,
Dislike.
hate
No.
about our
Hate
rig.
is a strong word.
Yes, I know.
It's a dislike. Those are things that we wish were different. Not they're, you know, I don't hate them. I don't hate anything about the rig. I wish they were a little different.
So if you want to see a video about the things we hate about our rig, leave a comment below. Let us know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we typically don't like to put negative things out there, but a lot of people have asked us. So we just want to know, if you're watching this video, do you want to see a video about the things that we dislike or hate about our rig? If so, leave us a comment. And thanks for joining us for another episode of Real Talk. This is our bedroom. We decided to switch it up today. We really wanted to sit outside, but it's so windy.
Yes.
It is so hot. We'd have to sit out there in our bathing suits, which I don't mind, but I know not everybody wants to see me in one. Maybe her. Hello. So, we will try to do a video outside to kind of show you our patio and stuff in the future.
Yes.
But thanks again. We really appreciate the support.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time. We're going to try to pump out episodes one after the other. So,
Bye.
peace. Oh, one last thing, guys. We are heading west. That's our plan anyways. We don't really have plans, but we're heading west. That's the ultimate plan in June. So, we're in South Florida now. If you have any routes that you think would just be awesome in the summertime, please leave them in the comments below. Additionally, if you have any awesome recommendations for campsites, places to stay that are inexpensive, that means, you know, $30 or less a night for full hookups would be ideal.
Yes.
If there aren't hookups, you know, we can make do for short periods of time, but we prefer to have hookups until we get solar, which we're working on. So if you have any recommendations for places to stay, things to do, please let us know, and we would love to link up with some of you guys.
Yes.
Along the route. So I know our videos are behind, but by putting this one out there, I'm hoping that we can link up with some of you guys on our way out west. We're planning on going everywhere. We're probably planning on leaving our home area here for about 6 months before returning. So we've got 6 months or so to really take a nice trip out west, and that's where I'm looking forward to visiting the most.
Yes.
Especially for the mountains and mountain biking and motorcycle riding and
surfing.
The views. Yeah, we can't wait to get to Southern California.
Yeah.
So we'd love to meet you guys and get to know your neck of the woods. So leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Refrigerator. Bulldog. She doesn't come with your 427 though.
No.
Half bath. Min pin.
Oh,
She's a cutie.